How you doing everyone? Scott here, and I'm here for a music update and a pacemaker update. So as a lot of you will know, I was in getting a pacemaker fitted on Thursday and everything was successful. I got into hospital about 10:30 on Thursday morning. I didn't even get taken till about 3:30. So there was a lot of sitting around, but that is the worst thing about going for an operation. It's just the sitting about and doing nothing. I mean, I was in hospital for about 28 hours, and yes, I was counting. I was clock watching the whole time. Clock watching the whole time. And I mean, the operation was only an hour and a half, so it's very, very boring, but I did have the iPod in. That helped. I had the laptop and DVDs and stuff, so it wasn't too bad, but I was glad to get out. But yeah, everything was pretty successful. I wasn't under general anaesthetic or anything like that. I had to be awake for the procedure, but I mean, I was pretty well sedated. I think I fell asleep, so yeah, everything went absolutely fine. On the Friday morning, I had to go for a chest x-ray just to make sure the pacemaker was sitting where it should, and I had to go for a pacemaker check. So basically they put a magnet round my neck and hung it over my shoulder, over the pacemaker, which sits about here, and this basically just picked up the signal of the pacemaker. I mean, it's some bit of kit, honestly. So the girl was at the computer typing away and doing all this, programming it and all this kind of stuff, and she went, right, I'm just going to speed up your heart for 5 to 10 seconds so you might feel it race a wee bit. So I'm just sitting in the chair, just minding my own business, and all of a sudden my heart just starts to race, and she's basically doing it with the computer. So I mean, I think I'm in good hands anyway. It's pretty high-tech stuff, so yeah, all's well. I've not been driving since last August, and I've told you guys that I've had to stay at my mum's during the week so I can get to work, because obviously I can't drive. So that's all about to stop. I think I get my licence back next Friday. So I mean, that's how quick it is to get your licence back. That's me fixed now, basically. And I don't mean to make this sound more serious than it is. I mean, why I got the pacemaker is because I was having dizzy spells and I was having a couple of blackouts. But the last blackout I had was last May. I mean, it's not like a regular thing. It's just, this pacemaker, I think, is just a precaution. I mean, it's a big step to take as a precaution, but the consultants obviously thought it was worth doing. So yeah, like I said, I'm in safe hands, and the guys I've got on Facebook, thanks very much for comments and all that kind of stuff. You guys have been super supportive as well, so it's just been absolutely awesome. So you guys are great as well for doing that. Anyway, I'm going to stop boring you with my pacemaker, and I want to get into some music. Although I was getting all this done, I still had time to just order in some CDs and some vinyl, so let's get to it. So I'm going to start with the CDs. I'm not going to open stuff up and take discs out because I've got limited use of my left arm just now, and my shoulder's really sore and stiff, so I'm basically just going to use my right hand just to show stuff. So anyway, the first one I'm going to show is the debut album from Gun, Taking on the World, from 1989. Now, John Vinylizer, you showed this, I think it was last week. He was going through his kind of heritage, his family heritage and his roots, and he was talking about Canada, Canadian bands and Scottish bands, and this is one of the bands he showed, and this is just a great album. I already do own their album Gallus and Swagger. You'll probably know this band mostly for their biggest hit, which was their version of Word Up, which is awesome. So if you've not heard Gun, you should really check them out. Just Scottish hard rock. But Mark Rankin, who's on the front there, he's a singer and he's just got an absolutely cracking voice. So I reckon if these guys had come out mid-80s, they would have done absolutely brilliantly, but they kind of hit that kind of shaky time period for this kind of music. So yeah, so that's the first one, Gun. Next one is from 1991, and it's Europe's, I think, 4th or 5th album, Prisoners of Paradise. And it's hard to believe this is their, I think it's their 5th album. Obviously a lot of people only know them for the song The Final Countdown, but I mean, this is just what you'd expect from Europe. I mean, I love Europe, I think they're great. And this doesn't disappoint either, so that's definitely worth a pick up if you see it. Glare is shocking, sorry. Next one up is, it was originally released in 1972, but this is the 1996 remaster, and it's Black Sabbath's Volume 4. I'm always on the lookout for Black Sabbath. There's just so many albums that you can hardly keep up, but yeah, finally picked this up. I've been looking for this for a while, but I couldn't really find it because I try and buy most of my CDs pre-owned, because I mean the CDs are just as good as they were when they were first released, and you get them for next to nothing. So but I just, for some reason, just couldn't find this for a decent price. But finally found this, but although it is now damaged, I'll need to put it in a new case, but that is Black Sabbath Volume 4. And the last CD I picked up is from 2002, and I've not listened to this yet, but it's Dio's Killing the Dragon. But I'd be as well just saying this is a great album because I've got most of Dio's collection now. I think all I need is now Angry Machines, and there's not one Dio album I've heard that I didn't like. So I'm just going to say right now, and this is going to blow back in my face, but I'm going to say right now this is going to be a good album. I mean, there's obviously albums I prefer more than others, but he's not got a bad album in my opinion, so looking forward to giving this a spin in the car when I get my licence back. So that's the CDs. I'm going to move on to the vinyl, and the first I'm going to show is from Testament, and this is the Formation of Damnation. Now, I wasn't really on the lookout for this, but I was browsing Amazon, and some of the Testament stuff is so cheap right now, it's really worth having a look. I think I picked this up for 11 quid delivered, so I mean, you can't really go wrong with that, and it's a great album, so I was all over this one. Yeah, and it's, yeah, like I said, it's just amazing, so really happy to pick that up for £11. It is, I'll try and open this, it is a single disc gatefold. As you can see, you've got the band and the lyrics there. So yeah, that's Testament, and keep forgetting the name, The Formation of Damnation. Next one is from Slayer, and it's their latest release, Repentless. Now, Slayer's one of those bands that I'm really late to the party with. I'm sure you guys have got bands like that. I mean, in fact, tell me what those bands are. I'd quite like to know that, because I kind of feel to myself sometimes, I think, how have I not listened to more Slayer, or not listened to more whatever. Whatever, they're a great band. But I was wondering if you guys have got bands that are shown all the time, but you just don't own any of their stuff, or you're just not sure about them, you just not really checked them out, because Slayer are a band that I checked out years ago, and I think it all kind of depends on the first few songs you listen to from a band, because that really makes it or breaks it for you. I was actually just listening to this the other day and I thought, I've got to pick that up, and this was really cheap as well. I think this was 12 quid. So yeah, I was all over this one as well, and I've actually just picked up more Slayer on CD. So yeah, I'm really late to the party with Slayer. I was the same with Anthrax. I don't know why. I think it might have just been the first few songs I listened to from Anthrax kind of put me off for a while. So, but I always get that kind of notion to go back and give them another listen, and that's what I did with Anthrax, and now I love Anthrax. And I'm kind of like that with Slayer now, really getting into Slayer. So yeah, let me know what bands you kind of were late to the party with. But yeah, that's Slayer and Repentless. Now, the next 5 were like a kind of wee job lot. I've said before in some of my videos that I do use a page on Facebook. It's kind of like a UK buy, swap, trade kind of vinyl page. And this guy put up, in fact, I did a status. I do this now and again on that page saying looking for heavy metal albums and all this kind of stuff, and this guy got back to me with a few photos and stuff, and I was really interested in the stuff he was showing. So a lot of the stuff I had already, but these are the ones I didn't have. I've got some of these on CD, but some I don't, so I was really happy to pick these ones up. So the first one is from WASP, and it's 1989's The Headless Children. Now I do have this on CD, but if you've heard this album, you'll know it's worth having on vinyl as well. So like I said, I'm not going to take the inserts out, but I'm sure you're all familiar with this album anyway. So that's Wasp and The Headless Children. Now I got these 5 albums. I think it was £35 posted to my door. Covers aren't in any kind of good condition. Well, I'd say they're maybe VG, maybe G+. Not bad, but the vinyl is superb. So I mean, I can cope with that. So the last 4 are going to be from Judas Priest, and I have this on CD, but it's stained glass, and this is probably the best condition out of all of them. I mean, they didn't come in covers or anything like that, so they've obviously just been scuffed along shelves and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, you can expect that with albums that are this old. People haven't really treated them properly, but the cover on this is really good, so happy with that one. The next 2 are CDs I don't have anything. So this is Judas Priest and Point of Entry. So I was probably most happy to see this one, because this is one you don't really see getting shown much in the VC. It does get shown, but not as much as obviously the others. And I just kind of thought I must have had Judas Priest on the mind because of the new album out, so I thought I'd just kind of jump on these. So yeah, that's Judas Priest and Point of Entry. And another one I didn't have on CD is Sin After Sin, so I was very happy to see this one as well. You can't have too much Judas Priest. And the last one I picked up was Killing Machine. And this is in pretty good nick as well. I mean, the sides are a bit kind of scuffed. I mean, that's really scuffed there, but the front of the covers are fine, the back covers are fine, and like I said, the vinyl is excellent. So, I mean, that's the main thing really. And for that price, I couldn't really argue. So, better me having them than somebody else. That's what I say. So, that is it. That's my update for this week. So yeah, like I mentioned, I will be getting my licence back, I think, next Friday. So I will be back making videos during the week now. So I'm going to be spoiling you. I know, I do that. Let me know what you think, and let me know your bands that you're kind of late to the party with. Bands that are kind of shown in the VC a lot, but you've kind of been late getting into, or just kind of avoided them for some reason. But you can let me know. Let me know what you think of the pickups, and I will see you guys soon. Cheers.